afternoon everyone, Amaya here and welcome back to my channel for another video. In this video, we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at the Disney's Wish Queen Amaya of Rosas doll, made by Mattel. I found this girl a few months ago at the dollar store for only $5, and I'm so proud to have her in my Disney doll collection. Let's get started with the review then, shall we? We start off at the bottom of the box, which features the usual Wish background as always. We've got some choking warnings in the English and French on the left side. Then in the middle we've got the Disney's Wish logo, and below we have the words saying Queen Amaya of Rosas. Then to the right side we have a beautiful photo of Asha with star. Then on the bottom right hand corner we see the Mattel logo in white, and atop we see the number 3 with a plus next to that, telling us that this doll is for ages 3 and up. Moving upwards, we see our Queen Amaya doll beautifully displayed in the box. On the left side, we have her hairbrush, and on the right, we have all her accessories that she comes with. I'm not going to go into too much detail with this background, because I've already basically covered this background in my Singing Asha doll review. So definitely be sure to check that review out if you want to see the background in its full detail. However, I will tell you that the left-hand corner and the right-hand corner of the window of the box each has tactile star details all over. And here's a quick look at the back of the box. Near the bottom left-hand corner, we see the Mattel banner with the words inside, empowering the next generation through play. Then moving upwards on the left-hand side, we have some photos of 2 other dolls you can get in the Wish series, surrounded by a white rectangle, outlined with 2 golden borders. The 2 other dolls you can get in this collection are Asha and Dahlia. Then above that, on the left side, we see 2 golden circles, and inside we see some magical stars, the Disney Wish logo, and a QR code for the Disney Wish soundtrack. Then above that, we've got the words in gold saying, Music from the Soundtrack. Then taking up most of the right side, we have a big photo of Queen Amaya. Then on the top left-hand corner, we see the Disney Wish logo once again, and the words next to that, Queen Amaya of Rosas. And below that is a description of the character. Queen Amaya is the warm and witty queen of Rosas. Now that we've taken a good look at the doll's packaging, let's get this lady out of her box. Is our Queen Amaya doll still unboxed without any of the glare. And here is the lovely Queen Amaya of Rosas doll out of her box, and OMG, doesn't she look stunning? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at all of Queen Amaya's accessories and the doll in detail. We'll start off by taking a look at all her accessories. Our first accessory is an all-blue necklace with a blue jewel at the center. Our second accessory is another blue pearly necklace. Our third accessory is a bronze pearly necklace. And our final accessory is this tiny white pearly bracelet for the doll, which I find pretty adorable. The next accessory is this bronze-colored hairbrush, and it actually reminds me of the Barbie hairbrushes that they made for the Barbie dolls in the late 90s, which I think is a pretty cool detail. The back of the hairbrush is a unique seashell kind of design, and there are the prongs. Moving on to the doll's outfit, she comes wearing these adorable cream-colored flats. On the front parts of each shoe, we see some circular textures. And then we have this really unique fractal shape on each one. The fractal design consists of 3 side straps, and connecting the 3 straps together is a vertical strap, which is located in the center parts of each shoe. The 3rd strap on one side of each shoe consists of a square buckle design, telling you which foot the shoe goes on. Plus, on the 3rd strap, we see some more circular shaped textures. And the 3rd strap of each shoe creates a ring design around the ankles. Moving on to the doll's dress, she wears this creamy white colored dress, and all the designs and details are printed on, so just be aware of that. At the bottom part of the cream colored skirt, we see what looks like a flower petal type design. In the middle of each petal, we see the blue rosas emblem, which is outlined in gold. Then underneath the petal design, we have more of a mesh creamy color, which of course isn't made out of mesh, but that's honestly alright with me. And we see what looks like blue dewdrops in the middle parts underneath each petal. Then moving upwards, we see some spiky triangle designs, which on the inside parts consist of the mesh creamy color, ombreing down to a light shade of blue, which looks pretty regal if I do say so myself. The bottom parts of each spike create a curve, which creates that beautiful panel design. And atop of each one, we see 3 circles from big to small. In the middle of the skirt, we see a triangular panel in a dark shade of blue with golden stars throughout, which they make up vertical lines as well. And throughout the skirt, we also see more of the rosas emblems in a lighter shade of blue. And outlining the skirt, we see some bronze coloring. And I believe this triangular panel is supposed to replicate her underdress. At the bottom of this panel, we see that it creates a whole bunch of little spikes, which kind of makes it look like a banner design. And underneath, we have some petal-like designs, which consists of a creamy bronze, blurring and ombreing with a lighter shade of blue. Moving on to the belt part of the dress, which is also printed on, it consists of a creamy bronze color with the rosas emblem in dark blue outlined in gold. And next to the emblem, we can see 3 light blue circles going up vertically. In the middle, where the belt spikes down, we see a bronze heart clasp. The middle part of the belt is also divided because we see 2 triangular shaped cuts on each side of the belt. Moving on to the bodice of the dress, which is also a creamy white color. In the middle, we see the rest of the blue panel, which we saw on the skirt, but this time it's an upside down triangular shape. Then outlining this panel, going up to the collar of the dress, we see a darker cream color. And next to the outline, we can see some dark cream diamonds along her torso. Close to the collar of the dress, we see some blue circles going upwards. And on the collar, we see a pattern consisting of the rosas emblem in gold and another blue circle. The doll's dress is a long-sleeved off-the-shoulder number. On the poofed shoulder sleeves of the dress, we see some blue diamond-shaped ovals. And outlining the edges, we see a dark cream color once again. Now I know the poofed sleeves are non-existent with this doll's dress, but that is honestly alright with me. Now moving on to the sleeves of her dress, we see 5 blue rosas emblems going downwards, of course outlined in gold, the top one being small and the biggest one being at the ends of her sleeves. Then on the bottom parts of each sleeve, they spike outwards, and outlining each sleeve is a darker cream color once again. The back of the dress spikes downwards so you can see the doll's back, and all the designs and details on this dress do go all the way around. On the back of this dress as well, connected to the sleeves, we see 2 mesh white capes hanging downwards. I do have to say that Mattel could have outlined the mesh materials with some golden thread, so that way it looks more accurate to the capes in the movie. But for a budget doll, it is what it is. Then on the doll's neck, we see that she's wearing her signature white curly necklace. In the middle of the necklace, we see a white circular shape holding a blue rosas emblem jewel inside. Queen Amaya has a tan skin complexion, pinky red lips, brown eyes, thick eyelashes, cream eyeshadow, brownish black thick eyebrows, and beautiful brownish black long hair tied in a braid. And as we can see, her long braid goes down towards her thighs. Atop her head, Queen Amaya wears her signature golden crown. On the bottom sides of the crown, we see some big circular shapes, which kind of reminds me of headphones or earmuffs or whatever you want to call them. The outer parts of the circles are bronze, and the inner parts of each circle are painted blue with outlined gold designs, such as smaller circles around the edges of the blue circle, an outlined golden sparkly star, and the Rosas emblem in the center, which consists of a diamond with a smaller diagonal diamond inside, and on each corner of this diagonal diamond, we see some straight lines headed towards the bigger diamond on the outside, which makes a really cool fancy rose design. On the rim part of the crown, we see some more outlines in gold. And on the inner part of the rim, we see lots of diamonds, which replicate the Rosas emblem. And Mattel did such an amazing job on the molding of this crown. It looks very much accurate to the one she wears in the movie. The crown goes all the way around her head, and on the top of the crown, we see lots of triangular shaped spikes. And on top of each spike, we see a pattern of one big circle, and next to that, one big circle with a smaller circle on top. However, Mattel did not paint any of the details in these circles on the crown, but that is honestly alright with me. The crown's pattern design gets bigger at the front of the doll's head and gets smaller on the back of the doll's head, which is a pretty cool detail. And of course, since this is a budget doll, this doll has the 5 basic points of articulation with full motion in the head, shoulders, and hips. And here are both Asha and Queen Amaya together, and aren't they just so adorable running Rosas together? So I think that, everyone, is gonna conclude my review on the Disney Wish Queen Amaya of Rosas doll made by Mattel. So what do y'all think of this lovely doll? I give her a 3 out of 5 stars. One of the cons I have with this doll is the fact that the bracelet was kind of hard to get on. It took me like 5 minutes to get it on her arm. Other than that, this doll is still pretty good quality. And if you all enjoyed this wonderful doll unboxing of Queen Amaya, definitely be sure to give this video and these 2 dolls a big warm thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you could get notified on my newest and latest videos that come out in the future. And I will see you all in my next video. Peace!